Ana and Pharah lore incoming. Oh lordy lord, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and there have been some map changes to Temple of Anubis. Now, we're looking at Temple of Anubis here on the PTR server, which is currently live on the PC. However, I believe it is the same on the live client. So if you guys fire up a custom game and you go to Temple of Anubis and you set yourself to spectator, you will be able to notice a couple of changes. And I'm going to show you these changes in this video. They are quite minor, but I believe they point towards something in the future. So we have this, Helix Security 786. Now, I don't know what 786 stands for, but Helix Security, that is the name of the company that Pharah works for. That is the company that's in charge of looking after the Anubis God program, which is locked away at the end of the map, which we will see again later on in this video. It's in the Defender spawn, essentially, behind. Like when you spawn in Defender spawn, you turn around and look behind you, there's a massive door. That's where the God program is. Question is, why have they put Helix Security on the side of the Sandcrawler? That does one thing. That confirms that the Sandcrawler is not an Overwatch machine. It isn't like the dropships that you see on Control Point maps, on King of the Hill maps, sorry. It is a completely different thing. Possibly, it's going to be used in a cinematic. Now, you might be thinking, well, Sty, this sounds like crazy speculation. How can you say, just because they've added a logo to the side of the Sandcrawler, that it means it's going to be used in a cinematic? Well, we've got some more little minor evidence here. This is Ana, but this is Ana in her Shrike skin before anybody actually knew who the hell she was. This is a wanted poster. Why would this be on the wall? This wasn't here before, and it's in a very obvious place, so everybody will notice this. When you play through the map, you're like, hey, what's that on the wall? It wasn't there before. It's in a very noticeable area. So this is where we go wild with speculation. We know that in the past, whenever they've made changes to maps, it has been a precursor to some form of cinematic or some form of lore update. Now, I don't want to spend all of this video bashing the lore of Overwatch, but Overwatch has no lore. This is a game where they've built a very rich world. They've built very rich characters in terms of the way they look, the way the characters feel, the way they're relatable, with hardly any information. There are so many heroes in this game with no lore. Look at Zen. Look at Lucio. All right, Lucio's got little tidbits of lore. Zen, well, he's an Omnic monk who apparently trained Genji. How did that even come to be? We have no idea. All that we know about Pharah and Ana is Ana admittedly probably has... Did you see the little wanted post on the left there as we flew past it? But Ana admittedly probably has more lore than the average Overwatch character. Although you could still write all of her lore on the back of a napkin, ladies and gentlemen. It's not great. Pharah, on the other hand, has even less. Now, Pharah's had a comic which shows one of the attacks on the Temple of Anubis facility, if you will. But Ana and Pharah, as we know, are mother and daughter. We know that Pharah wants to be part of Overwatch, but she never quite made it. She always looked up to her mother. She always wanted to be part of Overwatch. Now, we know Overwatch is a defunct organization. It's not there anymore. So what are we going to see here? Well, I think what we could be seeing is the reunion of Ana and Pharah. It seems a very simplistic approach here, but what I'm hoping that they do now going forward with cinematics and what they go forward with... just the game's general lore is actual stuff which is happening right now and stuff which is going to happen in the future. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's fun learning about the history of the heroes, but all of the animated shorts have been about the history of the heroes. And they've only done so many. They could keep doing those cinematics for the next 4 years, and we still wouldn't get anywhere with the story. And to me, that's crazy. And this is the door I was speaking about earlier on, which is in there is the God program facility, or so we believe. So, the way I think this could go, if this indeed is an animated short, is some sort of an attack on the facility, possibly. We get to see behind those doors. Ana is involved as Shrike. Pharah is there, and Pharah potentially stops her because Pharah is one of the leads of Helix Security with defense of this facility. And then she finds out it's her mother, and then somehow they sort of decide to work together or something like that. At this point, any kind of lore advancement would be a godsend for the game. I was really shocked recently when I looked back, and the infiltration cinematic was the launch of Sombra. Well, what's going on with the Zarya storyline there? She's been sent out to find Sombra, but it's now been 2 years. Well, okay, it's almost 2 years. What's going on, Blizzard? Like, where is the lore? What is going on? And it really does kind of annoy me because this game, every aspect of this game is brilliant apart from the lore. We don't know what's going on. We have no idea. It's all over the place. It's massively disjointed. And when you get things like Michael Chu, the lead story development chap, coming out going, oh, well, it's a common misconception that D.Va was a StarCraft 2 player, you start thinking to yourself, what the hell is going on? Also, as well, I'd really like to see what's inside the First Strike graphic novel. They must have finished this. I think they did finish it, or they get really close to finishing it, but decided not to publish it because they wanted to take the Overwatch story in a different direction. There's been no story. Now, the only thing I can imagine what they've done is when they scrapped that, they had to go back to the drawing board and just redesign absolutely everything. If that's the case, we should be looking at major lore dumps very, very soon. I mean, we've got the Retribution event, which is live right now, and it's a fine event, it's a fun event, and all of that good stuff. But again, it's more history of Overwatch. We don't really want the history anymore, I don't think. I think we need current stuff, things which are going on right now. And this could be the ideal launch platform for that, if indeed they do go down this route. Now, if you guys have lasted this long in the video so far and you agree with what I'm saying, then that's awesome. But you're probably thinking as well, some of you guys, well, Sty, all they've done is actually add the logo to the side of the Sandcrawler and stick Ana wanted posters up as Ana a Shrike, which I believe in the current situation in the lore, although again it is quite, let's say, lacking, but I believe everybody doesn't know of Ana's whereabouts apart from Soldier 76. I think he's the only one that knows about her because she lives on the Necropolis, which is one of the arena maps, which is the Temple of Anubis sort of sister map, but it's the arena map. And on that map, if you again go and load that up in a custom game, you will see Ana's living quarters. I think you see Soldier 76 as well because he's staying there with her. And you see Ana's, she's got like a long range telescope setup which sort of points towards Temple of Anubis, so she can presumably keep an eye on Pharah. But all of that could link into story development. We could go from a point of the cinematic begins, because I believe it'll be a cinematic, because we're sort of due a animated short, or at least some sort of one of the in-game render sort of cinematics that they do, like they did with Retribution. Maybe something like that, where we see Ana, it starts off on the Necropolis, and she's looking across, and she sees something happening at the facility. She rushes down to go and help because she knows Pharah's there. She doesn't want Pharah to be killed or injured in any kind of way. Some sort of battle takes place. God Program possibly gets released. I still think God Programs are a really fantastic point in the lore, but I do again believe Michael Chu did in fact say something that God Programs is just not anything. So let's not talk about them again. I mean, it's all over the place. I'm getting really confused. And as I said, Overwatch has got very minimal lore. But if I'm getting confused with the minimal lore, it just shows you that there's no direction. There's no sort of, this is the story of Overwatch, and this is what we're following. So, I want you guys to go crazy in the comments below with speculation. How do you think an Ana Pharah cinematic could play out? Like I just said, I think it could start in Necropolis. Some sort of attack happens on Temple of Anubis, or the God Program activates, or something ridiculous. As a result of that, which again has already kind of happened with the Pharah comic in a way, but let's just say that happens again, or a worse kind of thing happens. Talon come in and maybe do something. Ana comes down to save Pharah. Actually, Pharah ends up saving Ana, and then she realizes that, oh, Ana is actually my mother, because maybe she tries to take her in because there's wanted posters everywhere. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa, and this is Unit Lost. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.